Dear students, today we come with another important topic in production, that is Cobb-Douglas production function. Cobb-Douglas production function. This production function was developed by C.W. Cobb, a mathematician, and Paul X. Douglas, an economist of America. They conducted a study in various industries in America, and based on their study, they formulated a production function that is called the Cobb-Douglas production function. And it is written in the form that Q is equal to A into L raised to alpha into K raised to beta. This is the general form of Cobb-Douglas production function, where Q is the output, L is the unit of labor, and K is the capital. And the basic assumption of this production function is that the producing unit uses only two factors of production, labor and capital, right? And in this production function, Q is the output, L is the units of labor used, and K is the number of units of capital used, right? And there are three parameters in this production function: A, alpha, and beta. What do they represent? A represents efficiency parameter, that shows the efficiency of the production unit or technology, etc. Higher the value of A, higher will be the efficiency of the production units. And the exponents of labor, that is alpha. Alpha shows the output elasticity of labor. And the exponents of capital, that is beta. Beta shows the output elasticity of capital. And there are many interesting properties for this Cobb-Douglas production function. That is why it is very helpful for managerial decision. And the most important property of Cobb-Douglas production function is that it is linear homogeneous production function. It is linear homogeneous production function. That means when the firm expands production or using more and more units of labor and capital, the expansion path of production lie on a straight line. That means this production function has a straight line expansion path. That is linear. This is because linear homogeneous peculiarity of this production function. And it is not necessary to study all the properties for +2 students. So here we study only this production function and how do we calculate the output using this production function, and how this production function is related to returns to scale, right? And the sum of alpha and beta shows the returns to scale. If alpha plus beta greater than 1, if the value of alpha or sum of alpha and beta is greater than 1, the production or the economy or production unit experience increasing returns to scale. Increasing returns to scale. And if the value of alpha and beta equal to 1, the firm experience constant returns to scale. Constant returns to scale. And the sum of alpha and beta less than 1, the firm may experience diminishing returns to scale. Diminishing returns to scale. Right. Now let us explain this Cobb-Douglas production function with an example. Suppose the production function of a producing unit is 2 into L raised to half into K raised to half, where and calculate the outputs where the firm uses 4 units of labor and 4 units of capital. How do we calculate the outputs by using these production units? Just substitute the value of labor and capital with the value or units of labor and capital used in the economy. Now let us substitute this value. Q is equal to 2 into 2 is efficiency parameter. 2 into the units of labor used is 4 raised to half into capital. How many units of capital are used in the production unit? That is 4. 4 raised to 5. Then this can be rewritten as 2 into root of 4 into root of 4. Root of 4. 4 raised to half means root of 4. Right. And this is again equal to 2 into root of 4 is equal to 2. Root of 4, 2. So 2 into 2, 4. And 4 into 2 is equal to 8. Output is 8. Output is 8. Here we can notice that the sum of alpha and beta is equal to 1. Equal to 1. We have already told you that when the sum of alpha and beta equal to 1, the firm may experience constant returns to scale. What is constant returns to scale? When a proportionate change in the units of input used leads to equal proportionate change in the outputs. Now let us check whether the firm may experience constant returns to scale or not. Now I am going to increase the number of units of labor and capital 5 times or 4 times. Let us increase labor and capital by 4 times. So now we are using labor, that is 16 and the capital also 16. Now let us check whether the output also increases by 4 times. Now I am increasing the inputs 4 times and the output should also increase by 4 times. Then only we can prove that if alpha plus beta is equal to 1, the firm may experience constant returns to scale. Now our formula becomes output is equal to 2 into 16 root of 16 into root of 16. Root of 16. Now 2 into 4 into 4. 4 into 4 is equal to, that is 32. 32. 32 is the 4 times of previous output, that is 8. That means 32, here output increased from 8 to 32. When we increased the input also in the same proportion. When the value of alpha and beta is equal to 1, the firm may experience constant returns to scale. Here I have increased the labor and capital by 4 times. The output also increases by 4 times. So we can, in this way we can prove that by using or by taking the values of alpha and beta, we can explain various returns to scale. This is the sum of Cobb-Douglas production function, and this is enough for a +2 level students. Thank you.